Yo, what's up, people? Matt ID here of In the Black, helping to create emotional, financial, and physical well-being. This video is I'm just doing a little bit of rant and let you know what your opinion is on this, your viewpoint. And you know, I'm starting to put more health videos on here, topics on that, because health is important to me. It's become more important as I've gone through life, gotten older. And one thing I've noticed when it comes to the realm of health and how society promotes it, everything else. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you saw a program, a commercial, let's see here, like an event, like a run, like a run for the cure, that specifically was aimed at helping improve the health of men in the United States, okay? I don't know what it's like for other countries, I think Canada might be similar, but in this country, in the U.S., you have a lot of books, magazines, TV shows, commercials. The message for women's health is so loud. It's very much apparent there. You see commercials for the stuff, like movies written about it, like stories, things. And really, the only thing for men out there, as far as health that we go, that gets seen is all the commercials that for like ED, Cialis, Viagra, all that shit. Like that's it. And if there is anything that does include men, it's when you're talking about a specific disease or like the new latest pill that'll help you with whatever condition you're going through, and it'll feature men and women. But as far as including men in, that's as far as it goes. Where I include it in a drug commercial that'll help you, that and then they're targeting men and women or ED, and that's it. Here's another question: when was the last time you ever heard of a man getting breast cancer? Well, I, for a long time, up until my teens, only thought women suffer from breast cancer because you hear about that a lot. It's a big killer for them, which makes sense. So it should known. What you never hear about are men that get it. And my mom told me, was like, yeah, men get breast cancer too. And I was like, are you serious? I'm like, no one fucking talks about it, and that's a problem. It's like this country, the way things are, it's like let's focus on majority what happens and only spread that message out and never talk about the minority who don't go through that experience. So there's all this talk about women's health and everything else. Not against it, I get it, but there's nothing for men. Like with men's stuff, you don't hear about it. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. There was a saying that the lives of men suffer. How does the saying go? The quote. It's like the lives of men suffer in quiet desperation. And I feel like it's true. A lot of men in this country suffer in quiet desperation. Unhealthy, don't go to the doctors, no encouragement, unless you get problems with your dick or your prostate. I forgot that one. That's it. Just don't say shit, don't talk, whatever. Don't express yourself, don't do none of that shit. There's not much for guys at all. And then there's just nothing, it's not as important. Like all the same, like women's health, I'm like, we get it. Women's health is important. It's needed. So is the other side of the coin. So is the other half. You need to have both. And society's not going to work. Society won't be as best as it can be until we're addressing health issues for both parties, for both genders, instead of putting a preference on one and ignoring the other. I mean, because the thing is, too, with men and suicide, men have a higher suicide rate than women. Now, the counter argument to that is more women attempt suicide, which is true, not neglecting it. However, it doesn't neglect the fact that more men actually go through with it than women do. That's a big problem. Like, that needs to be dealt with. That's not talked about. You don't talk about it all. It's like the only time that suicide is ever acceptable to talk about is when it comes to veterans, okay? Which it shouldn't just be left to them. Suicide affects everybody. Like, whether you're male or female, the friends of people, the people who lost their friends to suicide, like, it affects everyone. But when we only focus on just women, how it affects them, you're totally just ignoring what happens to men. And then women complain about why men can't be men, why we're assholes and stupid and doing dumb stuff, is because the attention that we should be getting on our health issues is not there. It's being drawn to women. And we don't address health issues, mental health, emotional health. What do you get? You get a whole bunch of men in society who are insecure, unhealthy, mental health isn't there. And then you get women who want to have families and everything else and wonder why they can't get a relationship. Well, this is one part of it. The other half is mostly you. But it doesn't work when you're trying to find a relationship and these guys and us men are just unhealthy in every single area of our life. It doesn't work. I'm not considering saying it's men's fault, but that's society basically isn't designed to help anyone else. If you're a woman, if you're a man, society is aimed at making you feel like shit and to make sure that you are not successful, and make sure that basically you think you're a victim and it's the world's fault, not yours. That's society's design. Society is designed to keep everyone divided on every single thing. Man, woman, gay, straight, LGBTQ, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, the left, the alt-right, feminism, black feminism, like MGTOW, all these things, like it's just designed to keep us separated on everything. And so the thing is, this gotta change because, we have all these problems with single moms and sons being raised by mothers only and their dad not being there because he's dead or in jail or just chooses not to fucking be there because he's got his own shit to deal with and he won't deal with it because it's not cool for a man to admit I got problems and insecurities, I need to work on my shit. Not okay to admit that for guys still. It's slowly changing, but still not okay. It's fucked up because society works best when people are healthy, happy, at peace, and cool with themselves and working together. And conversations and learning the perspective from another person without trying to jump down each other's throats and say my view is right, your view is wrong, fuck you, how dare you, because that creates more and more conflict and nothing gets done. So there needs to be a change. We need to have more men's health issues be just as vocal as it is for women, because if we're trying to have equality between the genders and everything else, we can't have that if we're not addressing both sides of the coin, both ends of the spectrum. Not spectrum, but like both sides of the river or whatever you want to call it. Like both sides of the river. I don't know. You gotta have both working in tangent with another, in concert with one another, and be healthy and happy on both parties. Otherwise, you just shoot yourself in the foot and nothing gets done the way you want it to be and people can't be happy. So with that being said, this is my rant. This isn't a call to action or anything. It's like, subscribe to my channel if you want. But comment below. I want to know your thoughts are on this. Talk to me. Because I feel like if we were to help out men with our issues, society would be a much different place. Just as much as they're trying to help out women with their stuff, you don't see a race to end prostate cancer or a race to end ED. Kind of embarrassing, but you always race for to end breast cancer and stuff. There's one for AIDS too, which is needed. But there's no race to help men with a specific issues for men. I think that's needed. It'd be good for them. It'd be good for us to have, Just my thoughts. Am I saying that they're right and that's the way it should be? No, I'm expressing it, putting it out there. I feel like if it did, everyone would benefit. Because here's the thing: this is my last point. I've come to realize, become aware that when you help yourself, it gives people permission to help themselves. And if you help one group, everyone else benefits from it. Because when people are feeling healthier and better, it has a preferred impact and better experience and positive impact, not just them, but the lives of others, because we're all connected. We're not all separate. If one party's getting dragged down, it has a adverse effect on everyone else in ways in ways that you're not aware of. You help with one party, at least, the love that you give them will spread not only through them but to others too, because we're all connected. I believe that. As I've gone through my shit, other people have seen it, and it gives them encouragement to help work through their stuff. And that's just works with me, and that's not talking about everything else. So, what are your thoughts? Talk to me. Do you agree, disagree? Tell me, what is your opinion? Peace.